a champion closer.
I love that line. I might have to borrow that.
Man, I've been looking in the mirror uh, since probably, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago saying that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do my best to look right in the mirror, right dead in the eyes. Right. And if you say your affirmation and you can notice your eyes shifting a little,
okay,
it's an indication you don't believe it.
Is that right?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
So when I look myself dead in the eye in the mirror and I say, Justin, today you are a world-class salesman and a champion closer. I mean, I gotta focus my eyes and I gotta really
right. And you can feel it and believe it to your core, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's crazy, but
it's not. It's not. It's not. You know, what's his name? Tony Robbins talk about creating states.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of those ways that you focus yourself. And he talks about being able to shift your paradigm in an instant.
Yeah, absolutely. I've studied quite a bit of Tony Robbins, and you're right, man. And that state really does come into play a whole lot, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Your state of energy, your state of mind, your state of momentum, you know, all of that. Which I think is what he means by that.
Yeah. And your sense of self.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when we go to make phone calls, and you guys have heard me talk about posture and breathing, tonality, a lot of that is state, right? Your state, what it is. Yeah. your state of self at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
And then I heard Tony Robbins say this. I'm in one of the Tony Robbins groups. I don't remember what the name of it is, but you get a lot of gold nuggets out of there too. But he said, you know, if two men walk into the room, the most confident one, the one in the most positive, energetic state, will always win the negotiation.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, wow, you know, how many times do we pick up the phone to call a seller and our state is like way off? You know what I mean? Our state of mind, our state of consciousness, our awareness of ourself, our breathing, our posture, our confidence levels, all jacked, you know, jacked up, you know what I mean? Not good.
Right. Yeah. I've learned to avoid making calls if I can't adjust that state for whatever reason. If I can't get myself in that place, I don't even bother, because oftentimes, most of the times, it just turns out to be futile.
Absolutely. It does. Yes. Great ideas, man, that we're talking about here. Very much so important for anybody who wants to be consistent with this. I've often said that I learned from a boss that I had named Gary. And Gary always, when I worked for him as a salesman, he always used to say, you guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but he was like, if I can just get you to work, and I mean really work, focus, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, he said, you might have to do a little bit of following up on Friday morning, but you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, man.
Yeah.
Just give me 3 good days and lay down. And I used to ask him why, you know, I asked him why the first time he said that. I was like, why this is so different than any other boss I've ever, you know. He said, well, you know, the fact is that when you're, he said, I was a salesman, right, before I became a manager. He said, when you get on the phone to call homeowners like this, or you're interacting with the general public in a face-to-face kind of way or over the phone, it takes a lot of focus and a lot of energy, you know, and it's hard to stay in that peak state for so long, you know. You can't, you know. You need to lay down. That's how he would describe it. You know, you need to lay down, and so just work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but I want you to work. I try to pass that along to the people in the club here, because if I can get you to do a scrape on Sunday or whatever your schedule is and set up a text blast on Monday, like what I talk about doing, and then dedicate Thursday when the text message goes out, dedicate that as a call day, start in the afternoon, then call on Friday, and then do some follow up on Saturday. That's how the business works. And then lay down.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, most of us didn't get into this to get another job. You know, it's something we got to do 40 hours a week. And I've tried to turn it into that, though. I have. I mean, have you? Yeah. I mean,
oh, yeah.
If you haven't, fallen prey to that temporarily yourself, I mean, you could see how your mind is like, well, 40 hours I need, if I'm not really doing what I should do unless I'm 8 hours strong today or whatever you're telling yourself, and, but the idea is that really you're better when you focus for a while and then you lay down. But that's because of that state thing, that state of being, the state of mind, the posture, the breathing, the focus, the mentality, the confidence, the tonality.
Yeah.
Ooh, hard to do for 8 hours.
It is.
I think I see people on TV and, these politicians and stuff, they have pretty rigorous schedules, I guess. And they're in front of cameras and they're talking to people and reporters and journalists. And you see them, what do they call that nowadays? They call it a gaffe.
Right.
And
when they say something,
when they say something dumb, that's because it's hard to stay in that peak state for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
So today I'm going to attempt to get in a peak state with you and make some live seller calls.
Okay.
I do want to, I want to share a video. Normally Bob Vieira is with us on Thursday. I don't know where Bob might've gone today. I hope everything's okay, but he did just post a video and I want to play this
in the group.
Yeah. I want to play this video for you here. And it's pretty quick. I'll let you guys see this here. Good information, good tips.
Hey everybody, Bob Vieira here, Universal Short Sales. Yeah. As the market turns, a lot of you guys, whether you're real estate investors, real estate agents, you're going to start to think about purchasing pre-foreclosure leads. As the market turns and due to the virus and all the madness that's going on potentially in your market. Wanted to drop by with a quick tip. I think it's going to save you a lot of time, money, and energy. So when you're speaking to the pre-foreclosure lead source, whether it's Prospect Now, RedX, wherever you get your leads from, you want to be very careful. And I learned this from my short sale business. When you're ordering the pre-foreclosure leads, make sure you specify to the sales rep on the phone that you want to know what the pre-foreclosure count is pre-COVID-19. I repeat, pre-COVID-19 pre-foreclosure count. May sound like common sense, but trust me, if you just call the sales rep and ask them for a pre-foreclosure count or an auction count in your market, they're just going to give you what's in front of them. And typically what's in front of them is going to be the post-COVID-19, the post-pandemic numbers, which are going to be skewed. Because remember, all these cities and municipalities that provide these databases with their information, right, their pre-foreclosure information, they're all skewed. A lot of the courthouses are shut down. It's just madness going on right now. So the numbers are going to be incorrect. Quick example, I was looking for one in the Cleveland, Ohio market recently, just a pre-foreclosure count. And the number they gave me, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was less than 30 pre-foreclosures. And anyone who knows the Cleveland market knows that that's insane because they've had a very high foreclosure rate before the pandemic started, let alone during and after the pandemic. So I knew something wasn't adding up. So I did a little bit more digging and I realized that the count pre-COVID pandemic is really going to give you a more accurate assessment of the amount of pre-foreclosures and whether or not it makes sense for you to purchase. So I hope that helps. I hope that'll save you guys, again, a lot of money. And, just make sure you get an accurate count of the pre-foreclosures. Have a great day.
All right. Yeah, good video there from Bob Vieira. We love Bob here in the club. Bob is our short sale expert. That he has a nationwide company. Oh, sorry guys, my video, I must have hit the button. The nationwide company that Bob runs is called Universal Short Sales, and you can find out more at universalshortsales.com. We at the club here, we register with Bob. It's free. You can do that at his website. And what that allows you to do is when you run into a property lead, it's just a tool in your toolbox that's underwater. They're underwater. They owe more. They're in default, and they owe more than the property's worth. Now, that's a good prospect for a short sale, but short sale is pretty complicated and time-consuming process. And so if you're not skilled at that, then you can turn your leads over to Bob Vieira. He has a joint venture agreement he'll sign with you and all of that stuff, everything above board. And he'll take that lead and he'll work that seller lead all the way through the short sale process to the end. And when he gets to the end, he sends you some money. You get $500. So you monetize these otherwise dead leads. All right, so a great connection to have and a great tip from Bob on getting pre-foreclosure leads. That would have been a mistake that I might have fallen prey to. Looking at post or current numbers on pre-foreclosures, and his advice is to get the pre-COVID-19, pre-pandemic stuff. Get those numbers. That's a more accurate representation. So great tip from Bob. I'll put Bob's contact information in his website and stuff down in the description here of the video in the VIP club, and so on and so forth. If you want to reach out to him at universalshortsales.com. All right, let's jump right into, that's not a paid promo, guys, by the way. We just like Bob, and he hangs around the club, and he's a good resource. So if you want to put that tool in your toolbox, that's why I'm telling you about it. Go check it out. Today, I want to make some live seller calls. We've been generating leads in front of you. We went to the Automated REI last week, and we ordered a scrape. Spent $3.50 or something like that to do a scrape of Zillow for sale by owners. And we set it up with the scheduler to show you how to do that, where you can go back, if you're in the VIP club, go back, scroll down in the private Facebook group, and it'll be there. You can see us set up a scrape. Costs about $3.50. They scraped. We set it up where it will scrape. It scraped Sunday, this last Sunday, I think it was, or Monday. And then Tuesday this week, we got together in the VIP here and we ordered a text blast be sent to those scrapes. So those scrapes then were text blasted. We set the scheduler for it to send the text out this morning. Okay. So this morning, long story short, we got some leads to look at. Now, we did enough scrapes for 1 day's worth of activity. Okay. So real quickly, well, I got some people commenting here in the chat. Let me see what they got to say here. Yeah. I don't know, Aisha. I'll have to ask Bob about that 5-page PDF. He has put it in the public group before, but I don't know about the VIP. We'll get him to do it. Put his booklet in the VIP. Great booklet too. So, George, to answer your question, George was wanting to know about the 500 a week texts, the target numbers, and so on and so forth. All right, before we look at these leads and before I dial the phone, let's take a look at something really quick here. I want to pull up the VIP Accountability Acquisition Scoreboard. This is found in the Outsource Lease Options 2.0 course, which you get as a free gift right now when you join the VIP club. So everybody here in the VIP club, If you don't have this course, we just need to get you connected with the link to it. Okay. So the my computer is updating now the spreadsheet. So let me see if I can get to it another way, and then I'll share screens with you. I'm going to go to the course itself, and then slide down here and click it. There we go. That'll work. All right. So this is out of the Outsource Lease Options 2.0 course. Let me show you. I'll share screens, and you can see it, and we'll talk about the target numbers so you can understand where we're coming from. This is the acquisition scoreboard. In the Outsource Lease Options 2.0 course, if you have a monthly revenue goal of $10,000, okay, average profit $5,000. These are pretty conservative numbers, guys. You're going to need to get 2 or 3 deals lined up, right? That's just math. So the average number of leads per deal is 30. Okay, so that means you need to practice a consistent, regular routine of doing the leads generating so that you get 90 a month. Okay, this is how you go full time. This is how you make a full-time type consistent earning profits. Number of leads per week, okay, 22. Number of leads per day, 4 or 5. Okay, so in order to do that, you have to send 100 text messages a day or 500 in a week. All right. So what we did the other day, last week, was we did enough for one day. We did 100. Okay. So I did text blast all 100. So that would be what you would do in a day, 5 days a week. Okay. Now, if you did that every day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, in that month, you would come up with 2 or 3 deals on average, typically. Okay. So with that being said, we're doing 1 day's worth of activity today. It took us about 20 minutes, 25, I think, me talking all the time and everything to set up the scrapes. It also took us another 15 minutes or something to set up the text blast. So not a lot of time involved in this. And I was very, very slow about it, explaining as I go. So once you've done the scrapes and once you've done the text, excuse me, a couple, 2 or 3 times, you'll be able to whip through this. Okay, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30, and you got your marketing. You're going to have leads. Okay. So not a lot of time invested, not a lot of money invested. I think with the text messages out, we're somewhere around $5 we've spent, something like this. Okay. So not a lot of money. All right. So let's take a look at the leads. I haven't really looked to see. I'm going to share screens with you here again. And instead of looking at the accountability scoreboard, we're going to look at the automated REI. The automatedrei.com, I'm going to sign in the same account we were using the other day on the Zillow scraper. Okay. Remember, if we go to scraping history, you can see those are the scrapes here. The first 4 were the ones we did last week. We did 4. And then we set it up for a text blast using the SMS campaign button. And now that has been done and completed, we can go to the SMS campaign history tab, click that, and what pops open is a history of all of the SMS campaigns. And you can see the top 4 are the 4 that we did that correspond with the 4 scrapes that we were doing. Okay. And they're all named VIP text session 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can see over here, they all say completed. So completed. All right. So that means all of the text blasts have been sent out. Now you can see they went out just a couple, 2 or 3 hours ago. So just because all of the text messages were sent out 2 or 3 hours ago doesn't necessarily mean that all of the homeowners have responded yet, though. Okay. So I will want to check this again, later today, maybe tomorrow. Okay. There's some late responders. Maybe people are at work and they can't respond, or maybe they're sleeping because they work the night shift, so maybe they didn't respond immediately. Like I said, this text blast, these 4 just went out like a couple 2 or 3 hours ago. So there's probably a few that haven't replied yet that will, and if I look now I won't see those. Okay, but let's go ahead and take a look here. It says campaign percentage. Okay, a 23% success rate, 11.76%. Oh, here's one where we didn't get any responses. And here's one where it looks like we didn't get any responses. Okay, and that happens. That's okay. Remember, we're in very small markets here. Very small. And we were sending some very small campaigns. So you can see if there's no responses, there's really not much to look at. Now, this may also be some responses that come in later today, like I was saying. Okay, since this just went out just a couple 2 or 3 hours ago, it may be that there will be a response or 2 in there later today. Now let's look at the VIP text session number 2, and let's take a look at that one. See, that one also says that there was no responses, but you can see we didn't really send out a whole lot to this. I'm kind of surprised. I figured there'd be some more responses here. But hold on, we're not done. We've got VIP text session number 3 to look at here. Okay, let's hit view and take a look at that. Okay, I do have responses. See, when you get responses, they'll be right here in the message response column. Just a point of note, if they were to call you back instead of text back, because remember, you're texting them, right? If they were to call back, then their response would be transcribed and put right here, okay, in the voicemail message column. All right. But since he responded, this homeowner responded with a text message. He said, we really need to sell outright. Sorry. Now, before we move on, we really need to sell outright. Sorry. That's what he said. Did you guys see what my message was? My message is up here. Any chance you would consider something like a lease purchase, or probably not? We have some money down, very interested. That was the message I sent out to this cat. He replied, we really need to sell outright. Sorry. Let's see if there's, we actually have a contract on it. Okay, that was one I'm not going to call if they got a contract on it. Okay. This lead right here is the only good one on this blast. We really need to sell outright. Sorry. What do you think about that? We really need to sell outright. Sorry. Does anybody have any thoughts on that message? I'm not asking you to be prejudiced here. I'm not asking you to prejudge this lead, but I'm asking you to kind of prejudge this lead because I want to expose the way we think about leads a little. Anybody got any thoughts? You're the investor. You're me today. And you get this lead. He sends it back. It says we need to sell. We really need to sell outright. Sorry. Greg, what were you going to say?
Isn't that pretty much everybody's first response? I don't know a lot of people are out looking for a lease deal.
Hey, I'll be honest. When I've sent my text out, people will say yes or maybe, or I hadn't considered that. So those are the ones I call. People that say I need to sell outright or no, I haven't been calling. But I guess, if they say they need to sell outright, would they be willing to take a discount? Maybe it would be worth calling them now that we're having this conversation.
Oh, Dion, you are really, really, really preaching to the choir right now, because see, if he said we want to sell outright, we have to sell outright, we want cash only, He didn't say any of that. He said, we really need. What do you think? How often do you use the words, I really need to do anything?
Yeah, he's definitely expressing a motivation and a need.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Definitely touch base.
See, I don't want to teach you to prejudge leads, though, because my first impression on this lead was hit the trash, garbage.
Poo-poo.
But if I think about it, am I conning myself out of calling this guy because he said he just wants to cash out outright? Or is he indicating a motivation level to me? Maybe we really need, man, I don't say I really need a lot of things.
Right.
I really need to pee. When I say that, I really mean it, right? I really need to pee. Okay. I really need to sell outright. Okay. Maybe he's behind on payments. Maybe he's got a job transfer and he's got another house he's got an eye on and he wants to buy it and he thinks he can't qualify for a second home loan as long as this one's still on the books. Maybe he has that misconception. We don't know, do we? Not really. Okay. Should we call the guy?
I would. He might not be my first call, but he'd get a call.
Okay. I think you're right, Victor. Let's call that guy today. All right. Let's look at the last campaign. This one here, 26 messages were sent out. 6 came back for a 23% reply rate. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. What about the next one? Are you able to get a loan? Huh. What do you think? What do you think about that one, guys? He didn't say no. That's what strikes me. Didn't say no. The next guy, number 7, he said no. Number 8, that guy said, thank you for your interest. Unfortunately, that isn't an option for this specific property. Good luck in your search. Okay, would you call number 6, guys? Yes, no, maybe.
Maybe.
Are you able to get a loan? Well, he didn't say no. So maybe I'll call that one too. The no, I'm not going to call him. Why would I call a no? It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Number 8, thank you for your interest. Unfortunately, this isn't an option for this specific property. It makes me wonder if he has other properties.
If he has other properties.
That it may be an option for.
Right.
First thing I thought.
I might call this guy. Okay. Let's scroll on down. No thanks. Okay, here's number 17. What is the percentage down you would be able and willing to do? Tasty.
He gets a call.
He didn't. Yeah. And and how am I going to answer that question? Somebody tell me before we do it.
That's a great question.
That's a great question. How much down payment do you have to have? Okay, great. So if I send you an agreement today that says $5,000 down and 24 months before we buy, you're ready to go, right, Mr. Homeowner? Okay, basically that's it, because, he didn't say otherwise. So we've got several calls here we can make. I don't know that we'll get through all of them here in our session today, but we do have 30 minutes and we'll make some calls. So that's what we're working with here. That's what we're working with. Now, How about some comments, concerns, opinions, questions? Because I bet there are a few so far on the lead gen part. And looking at the leads, anybody got questions? No.
I guess the percentages are a little lower than what I thought they would be, but it happens like that sometimes.
Yeah, they are.
As far as the response rate,
they are. Yep, you're exactly right. They are. They're kind of low. That's okay though, because remember my goal. I don't think I have it pulled up anymore, but remember on the target, the acquisition scoreboard, the target numbers are to generate 90 leads in a month. Okay. That breaks it down to a day-to-day process of 100 texts a day to speak to 4 or 5 people. Do you think I achieved that today? I mean, I haven't called them yet, but do you think there's 3, 4, 5 people in there I can call, right? They didn't say no. So even though the return is low, and it kind of is, because normally the response percentage is somewhere between 30 and 50%. Sometimes a little higher. I've got a student one-on-one with me. I don't see him in the room. Is he? No, he's not. He did he did exactly what I described and exactly what we did here, except he did it in a different state. I did this in Missouri, by the way. He did his in a different state, picked some rural towns. He pulled a bunch of little rural scrapes, man. Like some of these scrapes were like 1 and 2, 5 houses, 7 houses. Like, he's got a bunch of text blasts to set up and send out. He started setting them up and sending them out. He texted me last night. He said, the response I'm getting is crazy. He's like, I've got tons and tons of people who want to talk. He said, I think I need to change my message to weed out more people. Today the responses are kind of low for me. Normally they're a little higher. You're right, Dion. Tomorrow they might exceed my expectations. It's kind of a numbers game. You're going to have some off days, but even today being an off day, it's the numbers or the response is a little low. We still are going to have, 4 or 5 people that I can talk to today. And today's Thursday. Remember, so today is my day to start making phone calls for the week. So I've got a day lined up of several people I can talk to. Now, can I guarantee that one of them is going to be a deal? No, I can't. Because remember, I'm looking for 2 or 3 this month. Okay, I might get one today. Sure. I hope. But honestly, I hope I don't get one today for your sake. Okay, now that sounds crazy. And I don't want you to think that way. But let me share this with you here. Let me see if I can share the screen and show you the Mastering the Phone 2.0. We've been working on this on Wednesday night, guys. Now, you can see rule number 1, set the agenda always. Rule number 2, you got 3 minutes to disqualify or qualify this person. So these are the standards I want you to observe when I'm calling here in the next few minutes. I want you to observe these standards, okay? I'm trying to adhere to. I always set the agenda, give myself 3 minutes and 3 minutes only to qualify or disqualify this prospect. And if they are unqualified, if it's not a deal, if they're not motivated, if they're not a 6, 7, 8, or 9, or a 10 on this motivation scale, then it becomes my duty to myself and my business to fire them and get off the phone. Okay. And as I go through this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a check mark on the conversation point in the stage of the conversation. For example, roadmap, get permission to ask questions, give them permission to fire me. As I do these things, I'm going to check them off so you can keep track of how it flows. Yeah. All right. Any questions on how we're working this? Are y'all as scared as me? I'm just messing with you. All right. So I don't want to put all these phone numbers on blast here while I'm dialing. So I'm going to dial from my cell phone, but let's go ahead and call the first one. What I need to do is I need to flip the switch here like they do in that movie, the arm wrestling movie with Sylvester Stallone. Over the top, you got to flip the switch. That means you mean business, right? Okay, I mean business. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a lead here. I'll tell you which one I'm picking. All right, let's go here. I'll go to the third campaign we did. I know you can't see this. Let's call the one that says we really need to sell outright. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to dial up this guy right now. I do have the ability, by the way, to look up the property. It has the Zillow link here. So I could totally look at the property and give myself a point of reference. And maybe I will. And then I'm going to share the screen here and show you what I mean. Okay. Hold on. I'll share screens with you because you might want to take a look at the property too quick. If you're on automated REI, see, he responded, we really need to sell outright. Sorry. And then over here, you've got the link. Okay. If you click the link, it pulls up. Okay. Look at this house. Whew. 479.9, 5-bedroom, 5-bath. Man, this is a nice place. Wouldn't you like to live there? Huh? Yeah, I would, right? I wouldn't be ashamed to live there. That'd be okay. That's a nice place. You have to get you a riding lawnmower. All right. So let's see if these people are motivated at all, because the message they sent us makes us feel like they might be motivated. I don't know their names. I don't know anything. You'll notice that inside this link is the address, 2012 Whitney Woods. Okay. All right. I'm dialing the phone now.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Justin, and I'm calling about a property I saw online.
Yeah, hi, Justin.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. It's 2012 Whitney. Is that correct? Whitney Woods?
Yeah, Whitney Woods, huh?
Okay, great. Well, I wanted to call because it was interesting to me, and I wanted to ask you a few questions and let you ask me a few questions. And if it's not a good fit, it's okay if you just tell me. It's okay.
Sure.
All right. Well, how long have you guys or how long have you owned the property, lived in it, and why would you be wanting to sell it? Because it looks like an amazing house.
So I'm not the owner. I'm just helping out the owner. He can't answer the phone all day because of his job. But I know, everything. I know pretty much everything about it. And if there's something that I don't know, then I will call him. But they lived in, they built in Ashland. So that's why they're selling. That's the only reason. They love the house. They built their dream home and now need to sell this one. And I want to say they've lived there, goodness. Let me see here. I can find out exactly when.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I mean, they've lived there a long time, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
long time. Probably 10 years, I would say.
So how does this work? If you're not the owner, do I just kind of negotiate things out with you, and then you pass it along?
No, I'll give you. So I just sort of field calls for him. But if we, when there's been a showing or whatever the case may be, I can let you in, or he can let you in, or we have somebody that I'm in Columbia, but we have somebody that's close by that can run on you, and then at that point, I'll just give you his number, and you can, you guys can negotiate back and forth.
Oh, okay, great. I understand. What do you think the house is worth? And he's asking, what is it, 479? Is that correct?
479.9 is what he's asking. I mean, it's a big house. It's 5,200 square feet. There's been extensive work. It's all brick, and there's been extensive work. There's like a huge concrete patio that they poured. So they've done, lots of stuff outside. It's got the whole basement is finished. So I mean, I think it's definitely worth what it's priced at. In my opinion.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. Is the number that you guys have there, the 479, is that something that how'd you come up with it? It was houses around that are similar?
Yeah. So they were, yes, recent sales in the neighborhood, recent, current listings, that comparative,
okay.
Just doing sort of an analysis of the market. Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it vacant, or are they still living there?
Nope, it's vacant. It's completely vacant.
Okay, so they've already moved on. So timing is not something that's like a huge issue for them, because they're already gone. They're comfortable with the situation until it sells. I'm assuming.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I mean, they'd like to sell it, obviously, sooner rather than later. But yes, they're not in it, so they're not under any time constraints as far as with where they're living now.
Okay. Have you guys had any offers come in?
No offers. No.
Okay. All right. Man, you've been very helpful for me today. I'm curious if you have a sense of things from the owner, if they would be interested in, if I were able to do a full price offer, could they be flexible with me on timing? In other words, allow me to do something creative with them for a while before I cash out. Is that something they would consider?
I'm not sure on that. I know that, they're anxious to get this wrapped up and sold outright. But I'm certainly willing to pose the question and give him your number if
I would much appreciate that.
We haven't discussed it.
I would much appreciate that. I've got some money down. We're serious. We just we'd like him to be a little flexible on that if he could. But so if that's interesting to him, do you have my phone number on caller ID?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just so I'm clear, so I can relay appropriately, I mean, did you text earlier about the lease to own situation?
Well,
or
I did, but
yes,
that was me. But it was kind of a shot in the dark, because I don't know that that's the best way to do it. I was just trying to see if maybe the owner was flexible at all, and then we could talk about what maybe would work best for him and us too, if that makes sense. Because I would like to set something up with him like that if he's interested. But it doesn't have to be a lease. It can be a more traditional owner finance or something for a short period of time. Anything is possible.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, no guarantees, because I know that they really want to sell it and just be done with it, honestly. But I'll absolutely, you have my word that I will call him and give him your number and just see what he wants to do from there.
Okay, I appreciate it. What was your first name again, Miss?
Ashley.
Okay, Ashley. Thank you so much. I will look forward to hearing from him if it's interesting. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. We're back. All right. So not even the homeowner. I spent maybe a little more than 3 minutes with that person, but I feel okay about it. That lead there, you never know, do you? You never know, do you? I don't know if she's going to mention that to the homeowner and he says, well, what's that guy's number? I'll call him myself. Okay. And then next thing you know, I'm talking to a possible deal. All right. You don't know. So in some of these cases, yeah, I'm planting seeds. Now, let's go back to the scoreboard here. Just from her story, it's not even the owner, so it's all hearsay and speculation, in my opinion. But what's the seller's motivation level? Does anybody have an idea of where this guy might be on the motivation level of 1 to 10? 10 being most motivated, 1 being not motivated at all. Anybody?
My guess is that they're probably about a 3 or 4.
That's my guess too, but I don't really know, do I?
No, you haven't talked to them, but if they built a dream home and the lady seems to think that they're not really, it sounds like they're not really hurting. So it's just, you know.
And that's why I asked the question about timing. I was like, oh, they're already gone. They're pretty comfortable with the situation as it is right now until it sells. Is that correct? And she was like, oh yeah, they're fine with it. I mean, of course they want to sell it right away, but well, of course they do. They haven't though, unfortunately. Okay. Like Aisha said, they've been slashing the price twice in 2 months. Okay. If I looked on PropStream, I might find that out, or some other site that Aisha's looking at. Maybe it's on Zillow. I could have found that out by looking a little bit, but so you don't really know. Yeah, she's looking on Zillow, she says. So you don't really know if it's going to be a winner or not. There could be motivation here. You don't know. And what's the odds that this old man's telling this young gal that's fielding calls for him, being a gatekeeper, what his real motivation is and what he's really willing and not willing to do? Chances are he ain't even told her. Like she said,
Justin, I would think his motivation would be more of around a 6, because if you look at that house, that's an expensive house. Okay, so I would assume he has a large mortgage payment on that property.
Yeah.
And I definitely think there's some pain there.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. He may very well be a 6 or maybe even a 7. I mean, who knows? I don't think that lady was an agent. I think she was just a friend of the family or something, or a niece or something. So I think, you may be right. And because I suspect that you may be right, what will I do with this lead now? Somebody tell me, what will I do with this lead? What is my best decision to make on this particular lead? I have a few options. Well, one is the garbage can.
Well, you could call him and negotiate with him. If it was not something that you could do a lease option on, it's possible you could get a discount on that property, send it to the guys at the automated REI.
Yep.
And partner on the deal that way.
Yep, there you go. There's an option. The point I'm getting at, Jerry, is I definitely at least want to follow up with this guy, right?
Yes.
Do you think it would be wise to either hit the garbage can with it or put him in my Trello board and call again in maybe a couple weeks and see if maybe, if I don't hear back from him or her in a couple weeks, maybe things have digested a little and maybe they've decided, well, let's at least talk to the guy and see what he has to say.
I would definitely do that. And then also, even if you talk to him and you wasn't able to get a deal, I think this would be something I would follow up with him even 30 days later to see have his situation changed.
Yeah. So when you call these leads, you judge them on the scale of 1 to 10 motivation. If they're higher on the scale, if you weren't able to close a deal with them or something today, then you put them in your follow-up. Okay. You put them on a list and you give them a call again later, put a reminder on it so you don't forget, and you follow up. There's a lot of deals in the pipe. Okay. You just ain't lined them up yet. That's the follow-up pipe.
Yes.
Justin.
Yeah.
You hear some of these guys on YouTube and they're real big on one call and done. That's one extreme. And then you've got other people I've run into actually, and they're huge on follow-up.
Yeah.
Where would you say you fall on that scale?
Both. I like to go for the juggler in the first call. That one I couldn't do because I wasn't even talking to the right guy.
Yeah.
So that's just that was a lead when I started, and it's just a lead now. It's just a lead I'm going to hang on to and follow up with later because I wasn't really successful in getting through to the right people. Maybe I will later today. Maybe she'll call him and he'll be like, okay, I'll call the guy. I don't know. So I believe in the first call close. I really do. But I will also be honest with you and tell you that a lot of calls you make, you won't close on the first one. You'll close it on the second one and sometimes on the third one. But this comes with a warning. Don't make it the fourth one or the fifth one or the sixth one or the seventh one. That kind of follow-up is bullshit. Okay? Think of it like this in these terms. And I put it in country boy inappropriate terms. So forgive me. But when I was in the dating world before I got married, and I'm happily married now, you date a girl, you go out with her the first date. You're a gentleman if you kiss her on the cheek at the door. Not if you shake her hand. You're a ding dong if you shake her hand. Kiss her on the cheek, let her go in the house. And you're a gentleman. The second date, she lines up and 5-second Frencher. Okay. That now you're a gentleman. You stopped at the 5-second Frencher. Okay. I'm sorry this is vulgar, but you guys, you get it. On the third date, if she doesn't invite me inside, something's wrong. Something ain't clicking. If on the fourth date, nothing's moving forward, I need to ask myself, have I been slammed into the friend zone? I'm never going to close this deal. I know that's vulgar and that's chauvinistic. And probably all the females are going to unsubscribe. And I'm sorry. But the guys get it at least, right? I'm sorry about that. Here's the thing. Follow up. Make your call. Make your initial call. Kiss the girl if she's ready. If she's not ready, do a second date. Try to kiss the girl then. If she's not ready, do a third date. And kiss the girl then. If she's not ready, move on. That's my best advice. That's my best advice. Because you can't take a friend zone relationship and turn it into something that it ain't. And if you are, you're delusional. She don't want you or she'd have you. Here I am. I'm being like a sex and relationship coach. Okay. The 3-minute timer, you will be amazed at what you accomplish in 3 minutes or less, right? That's what Claude says. I love you guys. Okay. So this is what I want you to do each and every day. Now, it's not going to take you as much time as me because I'm over here talking and screwing off. I'm wasting time. Let's call another one. But all you got to do is call 4 or 5 a day. Remember, that's the target numbers, 4 or 5 a day. So let's go ahead and dial up the phone and hit another one here. Okay. Let's see here. Not this one. We just called this one. Let's go back here. We really need to sell outright. Sorry, that was that lady. We actually have a contract on it. I'm not going to call that one. Let's see here. Okay. So let's pick another campaign. Let's pick another campaign. Let's go over here, view this one. No thanks. What percentage down would you be able and willing to do? Let's take a look at this one. On Zillow, 4839 South Montrose Place. Montrose Place. All right, load the picture for us so we can take a look. Oh, wow, look at that. 425,000, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,800 square feet. Look at that. Look at that. Boy, these are some nice places. Isn't it cool to be a real estate wholesaler and be able to deal in nice houses? What is the percentage down you would be able and willing to do? Okay, I'm dialing the phone right now.
Hello?
Hi, my name is Justin, and I'm calling about a property I saw online on Montrose Place. I got the right number?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I must have misdialed it. Hold on, let me check just to make sure I'm not
Okay.
messed up in some way or another. It looks like I tried to dial 417-830-3173. I'm so sorry, lady.
Yeah, that's okay.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that was my mistake, guys. All right, hold on. Let me dial it again.
He said, I'm so sorry, lady.
Yeah. Well, she can't eat me, right?
That's classic. Hey, do you have this form interactive available to us, or we only have it as a PDF? The check form you're using right now.
I have it as it's actually as a PNG, but I can throw it on a PDF for you. How do you prefer it?
Well, I have it. I downloaded it as a PDF because I can download forms off my. I think I downloaded it off of the group file.
Hi, my name is Justin, and I'm calling about a property I saw online on Montrose Place. Is this?
Yes, sir.
I got the right place? All right, excellent.
Yes.
Well, hey, like I said, I'm Justin, and saw this one online, and looks like a nice place. Wanted to call you and ask you a few questions, and
Sure, go right ahead.
you can ask me a few too if you want. And if it's if you don't like me, you just tell me to buzz off or something. Okay.
Well, no, I'm interested in what you have to say.
Okay, great. I appreciate it. You are the owner, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. You owned the place a while. I mean, it's such a nice house. What's wrong with it? Why are you getting rid of it?
Well, nothing's wrong with it at all. My wife and I bought it a while back, and we have literally, it was in need of quite a bit of attention, and so we slowly took our time really upgrading and doing everything that it needed with the intention of us moving in.
I see.
Anyway, we've had a change in our situation, and so as a result, we never did move in. And
did you have a baby? Is that what it was?
I wish it was something good, but it wasn't.
Sorry to hear that, man.
No, it's okay. A circle of life, recycle of life.
Yeah. Well, that's tough though, man. I mean, you didn't share with me what it is, and that's okay. But you got two houses, one you're living in, and then this one, huh?
Sorry, I did alert on my phone, and it cut you off for a second.
Oh, that's okay. I was just saying. So, from what I understand, you've got two houses. One you live in, and then this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, when did you pick this one up? A couple years back, or
about 2.5 years.
2.5 years. I see. Wow. So you've had a lot of time to do a lot of work in there, I bet, huh?
We've done a ton of work and put a ton of money in it too.
Oh yeah, I bet. It's not cheap doing fix-it stuff, huh? I know.
No, not at all. And it's a much larger house, and we've done quite a few, not to move into, but to either flip or keep as rentals.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, it was in worse shape than normal, and we, did top of the line everything, and we did everything. So we're pretty close.
I see. So talking about money, putting a lot of money into it. The house is a nice house, and it's worth a lot of money, right? I mean, what do you think it's worth, and compared to what you're asking?
Well, and it's always hard to say because I'm getting all sorts of input. I believe it is every bit worth what I'm asking. and that is based on a lot of comparable sales information. But I'm also getting realtors who have contacted me saying, we can easily get and quickly get probably 25 or 30 grand more for it.
Oh, wow. Why not do that?
And and I'm thinking about that. But here's the deal. I believe it is fairly priced, and not because I'm pulling figures out of the air, but because I have access to what other properties have sold for that most people don't.
I see.
And so I don't see how a realtor can come up with a figure. As a matter of fact, I've got an appointment to meet one of them that says that. Don't look over what information they have. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, just as a regular old consumer, I think it's about right. I do know this, not that it's comparable, but the house, this is on a cul-de-sac street, and the house right at the end of the cul-de-sac, which is a little bit larger, and it is listed with a realtor, and it's listed for $510,000.
Yeah. And they're probably showing it too, huh? Probably showing it.
Well, I don't know. It's a very hot market right now. So, and we don't live in the house. I'm over there all the time.
I see.
But if they're showing it, they could. And, I'm the one in the cul-de-sac.
What keeps you over there all the time?
Well, anytime we have a house that we're working on or anything, I check on them twice a day.
Oh,
Plus,
I see.
I do, I do the lawn itself. And there's on any house, there's always little bitty jobs.
Yeah.
To do. There's one on that house. I mean, it's really small, but one evening this week or possibly Saturday, I'll be over there and take care of it. So I'm over there a lot. It's just,
I see.
I never think it's a good idea to leave the house by itself very often or for very long.
Are you a landlord type where you don't mind, or investor type guy where you don't mind going and doing all that stuff, or does that kind of eat at you? It would bother me. That's why I'm asking.
Well, we do have other rental property, and I've messed with real estate. And have rental property for most of my life. So do I love it? Oh, no, of course not.
Yeah. But
it's not that bad. And when you get them in really nice shape like I usually do, the maintenance is pretty minor.
I see. You're probably different than me. I'm kind of in a hurry. I'd like to do something on a property, maybe even as early as today. But you probably aren't interested in doing anything that quick, are you?
Well, like, what are you talking about?
Well,
it's ready. It could close.
Oh, okay.
If someone is paying cash, it could close in a week.
Okay. As far as that goes, what would be the best optimal thing that would happen between you and me today? Is that a cash offer for full price only, or would you consider yourself flexible in any way?
Well, I mean, obviously the goal here is to sell the house, and there's nothing as good as a cash buyer.
Sure.
But I also have no issue with somebody getting a loan on it because the house is in beautiful condition, and it's one of those, as you might imagine. I mean, we worked on it for 2.5 years, so I don't feel the pressure of I got to do something right now. But what I mean, you tell me what you're talking about or what you're thinking about here.
Yeah, I understand. Well, it's all negotiable, I reckon. But I mean, it sounds like, if I understand where you're coming from, you don't live there, and you keep it up real well. It's been modernized. It sounds like beautiful house, doesn't need anything. But you do spend a lot of time there too, and I get that. What I'm thinking is I'd probably have a hard time giving you cash, the full price. So what my thoughts is if I were able to make an offer that wasn't cash today and solve these problems, maybe get it off your plate, is what I'm saying. Is that something that we could talk about, or probably not?
Well, again, you're being kind of. Just tell me what you are offering.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
yeah.
Do it that way.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I sent you a text earlier, asking. I believe I asked if you would consider something creative, and I have some down payment money. What I'm looking to do is something creative.
I do remember that, and I may have missed it, but I think I asked you what percentage you were talking about.
Yes, and I'm calling because I would like to find out from you what you'd have to have.
50%.
How much?
50%.
Oh wow, my goodness, that's a whole bunch. That's gonna.
And I didn't expect anybody to do that, but in a market like what we have, in the condition that's in, this is not any kind of a desperation sale. And honestly, getting the money out of it in just a traditional sale, which I'm very confident will happen, there's really no reason to take any risk here at all.
Okay. All right. I understand. It's just not an interesting concept to you, really, unless it's somebody's in 50% deep. And I can appreciate that. It's your house and your decision to make. So, but unfortunately, it's not going to be a good fit for me, man. And
I understand.
Yeah.
No problem at all. I'm happy to talk to you about it anyway.
Well, I'm very appreciative that you talked to me about it. And unfortunately, it's just one of them things that didn't work out. But maybe the next guy. So I wish you the best, man, and have a great rest of your day, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for the call.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. That was call number 2. Any thoughts on that call? Any thoughts? How did I do? Anybody judge me, critique me, tell me how shitty that was?
It was horrible. I've never heard a call that bad. No, just kidding. You hit all the points. You got him to tell you where he was at in terms of his motivation. You offered him a number of different solutions, none of which really worked under his circumstances. I think you knew that early on, but you probably, you did what you should do, in my opinion, which is you went ahead and offered him the opportunity anyway to look at, some options. But I think you knew early on that this wasn't something that he was. Yeah. You did, huh? Yeah.
Well, that was my suspicion. Where would you put him at on a scale of 1 to 10 here, Victor? Victor,
you're frozen right now.
Victor, are you
I'm
there?
sorry. I'm here. Can you hear me?
I was sharing the screen. Did you see it?
I did.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put this cat?
For what we need, he's a 2 or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. For what we do.
Now, at first, he kind of sounded like he might be a 6 or 7. I thought.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's a house. We don't live there. We've never lived there. We've owned it a long time. We've put tons of money in it. And,
when he said he put tons of money in it, that's when, it's when my antennas went up, because it's kind of like, okay, this guy is.
Yeah.
He needs to get his money back out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I talked to him. I asked a little more. I turned the screw a little bit, and I found out he's an investor. He fixes and flips.
Mm-hmm.
This is just another one of his projects. It's been a long-term deal. Like he said, it's not like I really need to sell or anything. I don't have to. I just want to sell. It's priced right. Nobody can tell me no different. Not even a realtor.
You're right.
Realtor wants to make me more money, and I'll even say no to that because I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Because I have access to the MLS and everything.
This guy was sliding down the scale of motivation. Every word that dripped out of his face. Yeah. And that's okay. I spent how much time? Did anybody time me? I timed myself, and I'm ashamed. But Aisha in the chat, she says this guy was a chatty Cathy. He's pretty chatty. And I slowed down my pace, and I was a little chatty. And I was a little chatty too then. Okay. Yeah. I spent 10 minutes on the phone with that guy, and I disqualified him at the end. Well, it's not going to be a good fit for me. Now, what I could have done is I could have said, except I'd already shot my shot. I'd said, hey, I want to do something creative. Okay. I could have went another direction and dove back into it and tried to wrangle it. But this guy, no, he was low on the scale. So I just disqualify him and go on. Okay. This is really what I wanted to happen today. Now we'll make some more calls at another time too, and we'll find us a deal. And you guys have, some of you have at least seen me make live seller calls and get a deal. Okay. It does happen, but you get a lot of no's and a lot of disqualifieds. I remember out of 30 leads, you get a deal. That means 29 no connections and no's. That's not a fit. 29 times. All right. Today we've seen 2 so far. Well, 1.5, maybe 2. That first one, we don't know yet. He might call back. But this one here, what would I do with this lead? Somebody tell me. I was 10 minutes with the guy. I should have been 3, but 10 minutes. Hey, I'm making 5 calls today. That's going to put me at less than an hour. Hey, this is a cakewalk job. I spent less than an hour on the phone to make money. That's great. What would we do with this lead?
Long-term follow-up, maybe 2 months in your database to do a follow-up, or a thank you email or something, just to let them know you're.
Okay, that's not a bad thought. Does anybody else have any thoughts about this lead? What we would do with it now?
I think that one would go in my recycle bin.
Boom.
I'd toss it.
I would torch this mother. Yeah, I'm not calling that cat back. Why? I don't see any motivation for this. He's had this house for 2.5 years. He ain't interested in selling anything other than what he wants right now. And he might hold on to it for another 2.5 years to get it. I don't know. But he didn't see
the reason I said what I said is because it doesn't take any effort from me. It's autopilot.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong, Victor, at all. No, I mean, I think you have an excellent point, but and by the way, tell us what your follow-up thing is, man. I mean,
we spoke a couple of months ago. You were trying to move your property. I'm not sure if you've moved it already, but have you, and do you have any other properties of yours that you might consider what we discussed on?
Okay. So that's the note you send out. And you do a text as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to check in,
It's
effortless.
Very, very, very inexpensive and basically effortless. So you could follow up, throw him in a follow-up campaign like that if you want. Yeah.
And he's an investor, so he has other properties. Who knows what other issues might come up?
Right.
And just like I said, it doesn't cost me any real time. It cost me like 4 cents or whatever for the whole follow-up process.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
Or he may also potentially, if I'm in that area buying again, he could, be a buyer. He could be on my buyer's list if he's still investing in the area.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good point too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I just got a text message. Did I call this guy? I don't think I did.
What's happening?
This guy's, this is the old man.
Okay.
This is the old man. He said, this is Willie. I can talk about 3:30. What kind of terms did you have in mind? That was the first one we called.
Yeah,
and he's
screener lady.
He already, yep. The screener lady told him, and he, by golly, he is interested a little enough to have a conversation today at 3:30.
Yeah.
Bada boom, bada bang.
Right.
There you go. So we had a fruitful time so far, and we've only made 2 phone calls. Will Willie be a deal? Don't know. I'll have to talk to Willie.
Yeah.
Have to figure that out. So not a bad showing. We only made 2 calls. Remember, for the day's activity to be complete, you need to make 4 or 5 calls. That's it. Do this every day, and you will make money.
Plus, like you said, you're coaching and teaching along the process. Normally, this would be over. You already would have made a number of calls in the same time period.
Oh God, I'd be done already, Victor.
Yeah, it'd be over.
I'd be in there doing what I do, whatever that is.
or sending out an agreement.
Yeah, exactly. One of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when we tell people when you're getting started in this business, hey, 1 to 2 hours a day, every day, 5 days a week, I literally fucking mean it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Generate you some leads, get a handful. That's all you need today. Get you a handful of leads, make you a handful of phone calls, and there you go. I got a follow-up call at 3:30 with Willie. We'll see what happens.
I know we're running a little late. I wanted to maybe have you touch on your follow-up timeline. Just, a quick little, how quickly you get back to these, like now that you have let's say you would have had somebody who is like, okay, I'm interested or whatever. You decide that you're going to send them an agreement. Do you have a mental timeline that you want to get that agreement out to them, and you have a process that you use?
Yeah. When a homeowner says yes, and I'm prepared to send an agreement. In other words, I've said, hey, sir, if I understand your objection is that they're, what if they tear up the house? And I say, sir, if, these are good quality homeowner type people, they want to buy the house, they're not your normal tenant. We do background checks and tenant screens and employment verification, all that. If I was able to show you that stuff, put you in the driver's seat, change the agreement where you can be approving or disapproving of these people, would that make you feel more comfortable? And can we go ahead and do business today, or maybe not? And he says, yeah, I think I could. I'll say, okay, well, I'll send you the agreement. Now, I send him the agreement within 30 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you go into surgery and the doctor uses the ether on you, he has to cut while the ether's working.
Yeah.
He can't dilly-dally around for 6-8 hours, get to it tomorrow or the next day. He's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. He said, yes, do it, right? Get it over to him. Now, before I get off the phone with him, I'll always say, now, sir, at 3:30, just like Willie did with me, at 3:30 this afternoon, I'd like to call you again. And if you haven't, signed the agreement yet, I want to answer any questions you have. And if I make you feel comfortable at that point, what happens next? We got a deal? Yes. We'll say that again. We got a deal. Okay, great. Yeah. You know how Claude asked him to say it twice?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What was that? Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you haven't signed it by 3:30, I call you. We got us a deal. If you're comfortable. Okay, great. That's what I want to know. If I don't do that, then it may be tonight before he gets around to checking the email, and it may be tomorrow before he prints it off to look at it right, and then it might be the next day before he thinks about it some more, and then by next Tuesday, I still ain't heard from the guy. If I leave it up to them, you have to set that time. Set that time. Now, if he's not a yes, and I'm not sending the agreement, I always throw him into a category of 2 weeks. I don't know why. I just do. Yeah. So the guy didn't say yes, but he seemed like he was kind of motivated, and I just wasn't able to close him. Cool. I'll call him in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I hope that answered your question, man.
It absolutely did.
Okay. Any other questions real quick before we call it a day? Sorry, we went over long today. I talked a lot, and then we talked a lot more. Okay. Tomorrow we role play again, except I'm going to pull out this form, the form that we've been looking at here, the master of the phone. to Get Property Deals 2.0 cheat sheet here. We're gonna role play, and we're gonna throw checks and hearts up here. Hearts are when you bond with the guy. Checks are when you ask the right questions in the right order, or the right questions in the wrong order.
What are you opening it with so that you can do the checks and hearts?
Zoom.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Zoom allows you to do the checks and hearts on the form.
Yeah, it's called annotate. Yeah, if you move the cursor and you're the host down there at the bottom, when you click share screen, you can share the form. And,
but if we download it, we download it as a PDF, so we don't have that ability.
Yeah, I don't know how
you were doing something else that was allowed.
No, I'll have to have Michael Batista build us an app that you can throw checks and hearts.
Put Michael to work.
But for now, I guess I'm the only one that can do it. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I was just checking because I thought it was cool.
But it is cool, man. I'm digging it. You know, it's helping me too, because
it's very cool.
Because it's like, okay, I checked that box. Great. I should bond with this guy. Oh, that was a great bonding moment. I throw a heart up there. Then I can go back and and another thing that I think this would be good for is listen to your call that you did, that you recorded of yourself.
Yeah.
And then go back and grade yourself on each of these, put a check by it or a heart, and see where you left out major portions of this shit, man.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what's wrong with my calling? Okay, well, you know, that's what's up. You know,
and now you got a legitimate scorecard.
Yeah. I think that's what it is, man. Just for fun. So tomorrow we're gonna role play, y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody be ready. You got to have your mics on, have your cameras on. Let's practice and learn together. Okay. Even if it's just real simple, I don't care. We got to start someplace.
So we got to have our cameras on, right? Everybody got to have the cameras on.
Well, we love to see
Michael. Michael's starting trouble, man.
We love to see. We love people from Georgia.
Michael's starting trouble with everybody.
I just, I love everybody. I just want to people.
We know, baby. We know.
So
we want to see them.
If we can see your beautiful face, see, we don't ever get to see Aisha or Jessica or I think we saw Jerry earlier, but I'm not sure.
Aisha says no in capital letters.
See, there's plenty of people we don't get to see. Michael, you can't be one of them, man.
Oh no, I'll never be. Yeah, man, I'm not sure like that.
It's the heart for you.
That's right. I'm trying to get this. Justin. Teamwork.
Guys, you guys are going to be great tomorrow at this role play. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to laugh a lot. We're going to have a great time. And the winner, we're going to score a winner based on how many great checks and hearts you get. The winner, I'm going to give you 500 free texts over on Automated REI so you can get your leads for a whole week. Boom.
Okay. Boom.
Well, I think that's a fair fucking deal.
That's great.
It is too. I'm with it. I'm all over it.
Okay. All right. Anybody got any questions? Greg, George, Ed? Nobody? All right. Love
Justin, that form you just pulled up, that was in the 2.0?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
It's in the Facebook group.
It's in the Facebook group. It's private VIP stuff for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's posted in the group. You if you click it download it right there.
Okay, I will download it. Okay.
But Victor wants it on a PDF. Is that right?
No, you can download it and it becomes a PDF. I believe that's what is holding it up. It's a PDF. What I wanted was the ability to put the check marks and the hearts like you got it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's know, as a PDF, you don't really have that functionality unless you upgrade to some ridiculously priced version of PDF.
Can you draw pretty good, Victor?
No.
Okay. Love you guys. Have a blessed rest of your day.
I have a question for Victor.
Yeah. Okay.
Victor, what CRM are you using? I heard you talk about used autoresponders earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I use a push button auto marketer as a system to do most of my stuff. That's a whole different. That's a Joe Crump product.
Okay, push button auto marketer. Okay.
Yeah. It's
That's
pretty
Joe
good.
Crump. Yeah.
Has a bunch of good stuff in it. Websites, everything.
Okay.
I've used it, man. It's pretty cool. It is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's got a CRM with it and everything. That's that's some things that automated REI doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good.
Is it expensive?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's relative to what you have. If you were to get all of the items separately, you'd probably end up paying more, but I think it's $198 a month or something like that, but it's all inclusive outside of some costs for the leads themselves and the scraping and the buying the phone numbers, but everything is very reasonably priced. It keeps my marketing and my cost of doing business down relatively low, all things considered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before automated REI came along, that's what I used.
Oh, okay. Great
Yeah.
to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question. In the automated REI, can a VA log in to the automated REI if they was going to do a text blast for you?
As far as having team member logins, I don't believe you can have secondary logins yet. They are trying to develop that, from what I understand. But as of now, okay, I have like 4 or 5 different automated REI accounts.
Oh, got it.
And some people are accessing some of them, and others are accessing others. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I can keep it straight.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys act like I just dropped a fucking gold bomb. I don't know what.
Another question. Another question.
God.
I missed that.
Justin, you are the man, brother.
Greg, you're gonna have to watch the replay, Greg. I'm just kidding.
I was reading my question.
Are the leads from PropStream, can those be imported into the REI?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can download it from PropStream to your computer, and then you can upload it into the automated REI. Yep.
Oh,
okay, great.
God. Oh my God.
What he was saying, Greg Allen, what he was saying is he was asking if you can have on automated REI, if you can have other people in your team have logins that are their own and all go in and log in as team members on the same account. And the answer is currently no, but they're working on that. Okay. But what I do to get around this is I have 4 or 5 automated REI accounts, and one is for one VA and another one's for another VA. Okay. So that's how I keep track. So I have 5 logins that I keep track of. I can go
and
log
you just
in
give them the login information
for that one account. And then I can go log in myself and see what's happening there. And I know who the guilty party is. It ain't me. It's that other guy.
And it's a quick setup because it's pay as you go, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Easy to take care of, easy to manage, easy to track.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I can import leads from anywhere else into REI and skip trace them, right?
Absolutely.
Any place.
Absolutely. Anywhere.
Great.
List source, PropStream, doesn't matter where you're getting the data. You can upload it into automated REI and they'll. Yep.
That's right.
Greg, you had a question you wrote down?
Well, I've got 3 or 4, so I don't want to take up everybody's time, but I was wanting to hang on with you a little later.
Okay. Go for it, man. Okay. Let's hit it. If y'all need to run.
No, I'm good. I want to listen. Go ahead, Greg.
Well, this is, believe me, for my benefit. On the whole, you said in one of your videos I was watching this morning to build a buyer's list. And I'm sure later on in one of your videos, you're going to tell us how to do that. But can you tell me in a few words how that's done?
Yep. A couple different ways you can do it. One, you can put an ad on Craigslist saying you have wholesale property deals, discounted property deals, and they will come to you. Number 2, you can do the same thing on Facebook groups. Okay, a simple message. Hi, I have property deals that are discounted for fix and flippers and landlords. If you're interested, put your name and email in the comments or personal message me. You'll have people come to you. oftentimes in those groups, there's already posts like this and people that have commented there. Just go grab those. Okay. You can also go to Automated REI or any of these other places and you can buy a cash buyers list. Pretty cheap. You can also sign up for PropStream. It's $97 a month if you use my link. It's on the website too, by the way. But if you sign up there, you can get cash buyers in any market in the country and just download them right there. And that won't cost you nothing other than the subscription fee. So there's lots of ways to come by cash buyers. That's just a handful of the most popular.
Okay. When I signed up, I was, your material says I get a free gift, and I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah, it's the Outsourced Lease Options 2.0 course. I'll send you a private message, Greg.
Okay.
Or I'll put it in the VIP club, the Facebook group, and I'll tag you. So you'll have to check Facebook here after we wrap up, because I'll tag you in it. Everybody in the VIP, this is your gift. It's the Outsourced Lease Options 2.0 course. You can have it for free. It's got everything.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just stroking myself. I was telling myself and everybody how great it is.
It's very good.
Okay, you mentioned in that same video that you had to give very detailed step-by-step directions to your VAs, or it didn't work out well.
Correct.
And I was wondering if we could get your list, what those instructions are.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to do. I have this request a lot, and sometimes people ask it in this way. They say, hey, can you provide us videos that we can just show our virtual assistant and they'll be trained? Okay. That's not how it works, guys. All right. You literally have to break, because I've had several dozen students so far in this coaching business of mine. And in every case, they follow my instructions. They build the business exactly like I say. And in every case, it's different than mine. Because it has your fingerprints all over it. You will be doing many of the same things, but you'll be doing them slightly different. You'll be doing them your way. So if I were to train your VA, it would be wrong probably in certain respects. All right. Now, it's not hard to train a virtual assistant to scrape leads into Text Blast. That's not hard to do. It's not hard to train a virtual assistant how to make a pre-qualification call to those leads and ask them the questions on this script. It's not hard to do. Automated REI is coming out with a thing where you can get a virtual assistant that is trained already on how to do that. So they're providing that service, or they will be shortly. However, the best I can do, Greg, is if you're a one-on-one student of mine, I offer to help you train your VAs. Okay, so you bring your VA to a session on Zoom with me and you, and I will teach them how to run the scraper in front of you, and we'll record it.
Okay.
And then also, I'll teach them how to make a qualification call. Bring that VA, and I'll teach them how to do it, and we'll record it, and you'll have it then for your business. That's about the best I can do, because then that's catered to you and your VA and your business and your style and your way.
Got it.
You follow me?
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't have a better answer.
Well, I just need what the answer is, and you gave it to me, so that's good.
What's your next question?
It.
That's it. That's it. All right, guys. I got to talk to Willie Scott at 3:30. That's that old guy.
Give us an update tomorrow.
I got a hamburger that's calling my name.
Greg, where you from? Where's Greg from?
Close to Atlanta.
Oh, so I can tell you, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from McDonough. Where you live at? I can tell in the southern drawl. Oh, you're up north.
I'm really from Hickory Flat, but you probably never heard of that.
Oh, it's in Carolinas or somewhere?
No.
All right, guys. Georgia. See you guys later.
All right. Peace, guys.
Greg, we need to connect, brother.
I'll see y'all later.
All
Y'all
right.
connect. Y'all connect.
All right.
Hey, Michael.
Yes,
Michael,
sir.
you want talking to me, Michael?
Yeah, I said you
Okay.
you in Canton, Georgia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We need to connect because I try to do some stuff up that way also.
Okay, good.
So
Good. Yeah, I did notice you said today you're from Georgia.
Yeah. So
So, yeah.
we'll get together and trade each other's contact information so we can like I said, I like that area up that way in Canton, down south in McDonough.
Be glad to do it. Be glad to do it. Yes, sir.
All right. So we'll you'll be on the call tomorrow?
I'm planning on it. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know, I will be. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll get each other's information and go from there.
Sounds great. You
All
take
right.
care, sir.
You too, brother.
See you later.
All right. Bye.